Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading, so please remember to take what resonates and toss the rest, okay? So, we've got some crazy stuff going on, guys. As you can tell through the media. We have a very, very insecure masculine energy here, male or female, that is pulling out all the stops, and that's the last reading that I got. Let's see if this continues or if it changes up any. Alright, so yeah, vampires in the house, that's for sure. We have the Chariot and the Queen of Swords. So this is you controlling your own life in your truth with no apologies and having some kind of brand new beginning in a home. But there's vampires in the home, so be aware of that. Or there's vampires that want the home. And I do feel like I said, there's very, very vampiric energy going on, and it wants to suck your attention right out of your head. So you can't ground yourself, so you can't be stable, so you can have that Four of Wands, because you're on your way to it right now. And you have other energies that don't want to see that, because then just because you're standing in your truth, you win, and they lose because they're not standing in your truth because of their own insecurities. The Wheel of Fortune. So that is what's at stake here. They want to keep you stalled. They want to keep you stuck. Eight of Swords to the Ace of Wands. Want to keep you stalled, stuck, not being able to go towards your destiny, which you're going towards anyway. There ain't nothing that can stop it. So you just keep on going. They know that they're going to be blocked from your energy and possibly stuck watching you receive. Most recent past is this Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. They want you lost in the sauce, you know. Eight of Swords and Seven of Pentacles. So that this is what they're stalling. They're stalling this Ten of Pentacles as long as they possibly can, because they want you lost in the sauce so you can't fulfill your destiny. If you're stuck in your head and you're confused and you're not, you got all these options, you know, there's really only one option, and the option is the truth. You know, this is what I try to reiterate to a lot of people, is that, you know, dark or light don't really have the power here. The truth is what has the power. The truth of that we are all one, that we are all a collective of humans, and you know, the dark faction wants you to sway to the dark side, be Darth Vader's little concubine, or whatever you want to call it, or work with the Force, Luke. Okay, Nine of Cups and the Three of Wands. Your ships are coming in, and this Five of Wands, they mad, they big mad. Seven of Pentacles, they're mad because, you know, you're going to get something that you want for standing in your truth, even though things might be chaotic, even though they may be causing a lot. Look at that. They all going after each other too. Got no damn sense. You know, you can't even stick with your own group, because y'all are reaping what you sow. You're getting back what you put out. So whoever you are that's doing that, understand that you can't stop destiny. It's gonna happen anyway. Might as well make it easy on yourself. They're cut out of your energy right now, viewer. So they can't. Not that they can't affect you in small ways. Definitely can, especially with frustration. And yeah, and trying to make you feel like all hope is lost. Well, no, it's not. It's about to come in, and I feel like it has something to do with the month of September. There's the Empress as the factors affecting the situation, because the ultimate truth lies with nurturing, loving, caring, the mother energy, which is what is, the confusion is just trying to get you not to be loving, caring, nurturing, and in your own power. The strength of the Empress is a foretold energy of the real story, the one that can hold down the whole fort, the one that can do it all. Tired as she might be in her moo-moo, she could do it all. Look. This is such icky energy, guys. I really hate to do these readings, but look at these people. Oh, Darth Vader wants you to pay attention to them. They're trying to stranglehold you out of your power, out of your nurturing, loving, giving, receiving. It's like, what is that, Sri Lanka, where you receive with one hand and in the other hand gives. That is the power of the Empress, and that is the power that these things they're fighting over it. They're trying to suck it out, turn it negative, and make it this instead of this, and they're desperate. And I think that maybe that this person who's literally obsessed with this Empress energy, who's trying to, he got me in a stranglehold, baby, is obsessed because of an intimacy issue. I don't know why I'm getting that, because I'm getting a lot of sacral chakra energy. So they can't create on their own. So they might be like this wealthy millionaire. So it reminds me of The Fifth Element, the movie The Fifth Element. This is the fifth element, is the Empress energy, or the love. Just go by The Fifth Element if you ever seen that movie. And the masculine would be the dark faction, and doesn't want to give up. He wants to destroy. Wants to instead of accepting his crown as that person, as the person that was supposed to be the counterpart to the divine feminine, they're a destroyer. So what they do best is they hire other people to do their dirty work, so they can try to avoid the karma. I don't know where all that just came from, but it's because of an intimacy issue, because they would rather destroy than accept the love that is meant for them, the unconditional motherly energy that would accept them even if they're little demons. Alright? Because like I said, dark or light doesn't matter. What matters is the truth and integrity, and doing things for the right reasons even when nobody's looking. So this came out in the other one too. They're about to be exposed. Whatever they're doing behind the scenes here, hiding behind the scenes, going, yeah, we got them now. That's about to be brought out into the open, and the sun's about to shine. You're about to shine. You're about to have some kind of What did I have on the main energy today? Let me look real quick. I have my own tarot guidance. I'll post this on my what do you call it? Instagram. Yeah, I don't use that much, but I do post like learning tarot. I try to do that almost every day, and today's card was the Hermit. So it may seem like it says there is a time for thinking about things as opposed to making great actions or waves in your current situation right now. The Hermit appears the Hermit appears in your day in this major arcana card. We see a figure alone here, taking a walk along the mountains with his staff and a bright lantern in front of them. The Hermit appears to be in reflection. And this may be the space and time you are feeling right now. Most of the time, the alone period is forced upon us as opposed to the self-imposed retreat, which is the Eight of Swords. There are times in life when we choose to pull back, and that's whatever this person is, they're pulling back from these other energies because they're reflecting. And I feel like you are too. That's like both of these people are. And whatever, somebody's seriously being exposed for whatever they're doing to try to keep this from happening. Like I said, there's an intimacy issue here. I feel like somebody's got a problem with intimacy, with showing how they feel. Because if they show how they feel, that makes them vulnerable, and they don't like that. Whoever this person is hiding behind the scenes. So we have the Nine of Pentacles moving on into their own light here. Nine of Pentacles with the Six of Swords and the Queen of Wands moving into their own light, while this person's still stuck in Hermit stage. And like I said, it's just like they don't know how to approach an Earth Angel or a Empress because they've been stuck in the dark for a really, really long time. Really long time. So in love, we may not be ready for a relationship or need some space from an existing one. Or someone else may be making this known to you. In a work situation, the tarot could be telling you that it's time to get out of a rut through some solid reflection. In any case, when the Hermit arrives, know that the answers are within, as it is noted by the light he holds to illuminate the path in front of him. If you are unable to find the answers on your own, it could be time to do some research and study to find those answers on your own before you pursue action in the situation at hand. The Hermit is not a card of action, but rather one of working in solitude to get more information before you move forward on your path. So that is you, and that is this person, because they're dealing with a lot of drama, with a lot of competition, a lot of drama. Five of Wands, maybe you're dealing with the same thing, and it's time to pull back from those Five Wands to see the true big picture, which in this case I feel like is the intimacy between two souls, to try, because one of them's insecure AF and they really need to get a grip. The Empress, I feel like, is just kind of la 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 doing them and trying to live their life despite the best efforts of these Five Wands to keep them constantly having to work on their vibration, keep themselves calm. Hope or fear here. Everybody's scared this is gonna close. The So the star energy is going to close some cycles here. The hope or the fear here is that the hope is it does close some cycles for some. The fear is that it is closing some cycles for others. The lies, the distortion, the material world, which is the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody doesn't want you to get your wish because, and they're losing all their money. They're spending all their money to try to keep it from happening, even though there's no way to stop it. It's destiny. It's destiny. It's what's meant to happen. You can't stop destiny. That's the all. That's the most powerful thing in the world. Whether anybody's got billions of dollars or $2, it don't matter. And they're trying to use the spiritual or the material to affect the spiritual, and that's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So, like I said, so somebody's misjudging, lying. Like, here's the Five of Cups. Whatever lies that they're telling, whatever judgment they're throwing, whatever fighting they're doing, it's not working. It's a lie. And it's the sacral chakra energy. It's the creation. So, judgment will be passed on these big bad wolves for their lies and their interference. Bet your sweet bottom dollar on that one. They will be faced with their own shadow. Because regardless of these bunch of little bad kitties that are afraid of intimacy, that are afraid of feeling what they feel, which is love, unconditional. Oof, that's a hard one for these little demons running around here. They will fight with their own lies by the end of this, because the Queen of Cups is still the Queen of Cups. She loves you anyway. Even if you are a bunch of bad little children that need your butt whooped. You might just get it. I'm just saying, with the way these cards come out, the bad little children's going to get all them lies that they send out, all that conflict that they're sending towards this Empress. The bad little children's gonna be have to face judgment for their actions, because this Queen of Swords is simply winning with the truth. Like I said, dark or light, good or bad, it's truth, and justice shall prevail. Would you choose water over wine? Hold the wheel and drive. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes. Yeah. And smile anyway. No matter what's going on. Ta-da! King of Wands. Page of Cups and the Five of Swords. Like I said, there's an intimacy issue here. This person can't face. Their sacral chakras blocked. They have to rely on other people to create for them because they don't have it in them right now. So instead of just going along with the program, they'd rather fight with somebody that could be their divine counterpart, the ultimate creation together, because they insecure. Page of Cups. They gotta fight that insecurity. They gotta face that insecurity. That is the destiny of this masculine energy, is to face their own insecurity so they can rise above it. Face their ultimate truth. Truth's gonna come out anyways. It's gonna come out anyways. Might as well face it. Get it over with. Because the sun will come out tomorrow. Love you anyway, battle children. And as long as the Empress doesn't fall into despair and stays in their truth, no matter what, miracles will happen, wishes come true. 9 of Cups, 4 of Wands to the Ace of Wands. It's already happened. These people just don't understand that. They're still trying to suck this Empress dry and take away their sacral chakra energy so they can create harmony in their life and have this brand new passionate beginning. You already lost. You just haven't realized that yet. I can't say that the Empress ain't tired. What do you do when you got a bunch of bad little children running all over the place trying to get your goat, or frustrate you, vex you, and get you to come out of character? If it's constant like that, which this is a constant attack, it's like it will end eventually with the truth, because that's just how this is going to work out. Like I said, I feel like it's all culminating right now, 999, September. And by October, everything's going to be seen. So we have the 4 of Wands, immediate future, and the Wheel of Fortune, baby, with the the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody's coming in with this offer. They're just, like I said, there's an intimacy issue here. They're insecure, and they're fighting that. They're fighting it hard. They're playing with the bad little children instead of going within and reflecting, which is what they should be doing. Could be Sagittarius, could be Virgo, could be Aquarius, could be a little all of them. Because I feel like there's a whole bunch of people doing this. Yeah. See, they want to hold on to your harmony. They're selfish and insecure. I feel like you're gonna move on anyway, Queen of Pentacles, and you're gonna hold on to your house and your life and your stuff, and getting miser energy here. I feel like you almost gotta be right now because of the vampiric energies around you. It's like you have to really make decisions. And the decisions you gotta make, you gotta do in of where you're gonna put your money, where you're gonna invest next. You have to keep that a secret, because this is what they're trying to find out. This is what your next move is. They're trying to plan ahead of what this Queen of Cups, Empress energy's next move is. They can't. Earth Angel energy. And because they can't see it, they lost their sense of sight because of their hate and their insecurity and their, and they're feeling less than. And that's what they're trying to do to you. They want you to feel beneath them, so you'll do what they want you to do instead of doing what you want to do. I don't recommend that. Magic. Chaos magic. And it's happening on a global scale, because miracles are happening, dreams are coming true, things are happening that they can't see, and you ain't telling nobody. Got a King of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. So your magic is stronger if you're solid. And magic, it could just be words. Magic could just be, your actions on how you handle things. Handling something like a bunch of bad little children that need a spanking is probably the best way to handle this. Stand in your power. Stand solid. Virgo, Gemini energy with the Libra and Taurus energy. Be solid. Be solid as a rock. No matter what chaos people are flinging at you. You know your own truth. And that is all that really matters. Like I said, doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. They're trying to get you to do the wrong thing, that's for sure. Definitely playing in your energy, trying to mess with your sacral energy. My goodness. Could be a Queen of Wands. Because I see the Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords on the star here with the High Priestess. And you know, Pisces energy. You know about these 5 swords and these 10 swords trying to destroy your wish come true, trying to destroy things for you in the background. You know. Your reflection on this energy, who is after your sacral chakra, they want your spot. Okay, it's as simple as that. They want to be the ruler of everybody, wants to rule the world. Where an Empress, Queen of Cups, doesn't care about ruling the world, they just want peace and harmony. This person wants to dominate, or these people, they want to dominate and eliminate the star so they can have it all. Darth Vader bullshit. What did they get out of it? I don't know. I guess satisfaction that their insecurity and one. Like I said, the only thing that will be left is the truth, the light, and the way. Because justice shall prevail in the world for a star. Period. For the star energy. For the Aquarian age. Alright? Like I said, these people have already lost because they lied to themselves that they could win over love and over harmony and peace because they was confused by their own insecurity and inability to create things on their own. So they're jealous of that. That's what that Knight of Wands is about, sacral chakra energy. Oh, they're definitely attracted. But you see, the problem is they want you to feel not good enough. But in reality, they're lying to themselves. They don't feel good enough. 8 of Wands, 2 of Wands. You're about to hear from these people. Like I said, this has been going on since August. And it will culminate by October, by the beginning of October. I'm October 1st. So this is a lot of nonsense going on through September. So just hang on to your horses and make the right choices. Past, present, or future. Don't hang around in the old story. Choose a new story. Because they want you lost in your old story, and they want you to stay there. Because they don't even want you to think in any way, shape, or form that you can be above them in any way. And it's not even that, like I said, Empress don't care. She simply doesn't bow. But that's what they want you to do. They want you to bow to them. Bow to the idol. Yeah, no thanks. Bad little children. 8 of Pentacles. Yep. 3 of Wands. And the Empress. Because after all, a mother's work is never done. If you think about it, they have to continue to work because that's who they are. It's not even a work. It's obligation. It's an obligation to your children. It's an obligation to your collective. It's an obligation to the people you care about and you love. The ones that you do right by and tell the truth to, even if that's painful sometimes. So the factors affecting the situation is the magic being tossed at the Empress. And the Empress still will prevail, whether anybody like it or not. And they'll be drugged, kicking and screaming like a bunch of spoiled, rotten children. Empath. Growth, hope. So that's exactly what they're fighting against. The hope, the growth of hope for the empath. The unicorn. The magical one. The real, true, magical one. Which is you. And the creatrix and the domination. Okay, yeah. So this is so they're trying to dominate the creatrix. Okay. They're trying to have your baby. Alright. That's what she's got in her lap, and she's naked, so I gotta cover it up. But this is creating a new world, creating the age of Aquarius, creating what is coming for all. And somebody wants the authority, but your boundaries are clear. It's an emperor. This is an emperor card. You've got your boundaries up against this person because you know it's a them problem. You know they're just a spoiled, rotten mama's boy that needs to learn a lesson about leadership. It doesn't matter if they're male or female. I'm just talking masculine energy. They need to learn a lesson about how to create from a place of, sound mind, Four of Wands, instead of a place of selfishness and just wanting to rule the world at any cost to anyone but themselves. That's how you lose a whole lot of things. It's trying to fight against destiny and fight against the tide. That's how you drown. Might as well just ride the wave, baby. And let what is be. This is like that last push. Cool down, calm, pause, and solidification. It is time to cool your jets, bad little children, before you end up drowning in your own tidal wave. Passionate love, thorns, short. Like I said, somebody is so insecure about what they have to offer intimately that they would rather fight against it than admit that there's an issue with them. They would rather blame that issue on you as opposed to admit that they have an issue themselves. Face their own mirror, basically. There's something, some kind of data, some kind of digital backup here that's going to prove everything that this Empress is creating right now with a firm hand. Tough love, wide awake, clean, and decisive energy. Who has the apple of wisdom, death, sexuality, and joy in the middle of their palm. Because they're staying cool-headed, because they're not jumping the gun, because they're going towards their truth and their destiny. So there might be a surprise, an accident, a big change, a moment of decision from an uninvited guest who is trying to infect or poison your energy from the shadow. They're using somebody that you probably already forgot about to try to change your honor and to keep you from adapting to a new, money, life, violence, privacy, definitely threats of finances. There is divine intervention. It's already happening. Okay? So the divine had to intercede on your behalf because these people don't know when to quit. Like I said, a bunch of bad little children gonna have to learn their lesson the hard way. And they're threatening your dignity, your works, your lineage, your honor. But see, this is how the Empress overcomes. She adapts, accommodates, compensates, and balances. And this is how the universe works. And the roles are being changed, scripts being flipped. And as it is, these people are going to fight harder and harder. You see it going on in the world. These insecure energies that just keep fighting harder and harder because they don't want to have to face their own mirror. They want to have to face it. This gamble will not pay off. Somebody wants to be your friend. Somebody who's longing for change. Wants to move on from being unhappy. I don't blame them. So they say less about the truth and speak more on lies. That makes no sense. Like I said, bad little children. They're going to be taught a lesson. It's just going to come the hard way. And it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. Why can't we all just get along? That's what I say. But it's kind of why I'm always in hermit mode and isolating. So and even that way, I still got to deal with the same kind of crap. It's just in different ways. Just having to deal with the vid, it's different ways. Triumphant success, prosperity begins, and a fulfillment of wishes, partnerships and alliances. Because somebody's definitely going to face some sort of conflict and defeat here. Don't let it be you. Don't fight the tide. Because the fulfillment of wishes is in this month. 9 of Cups. Alright. Get you a couple Pleiadian cards and see where the lightning boy. Yep. I knew it. Number 33. I'm going to read this to you too because I do feel like it's really relevant to this reading. Lightning boy. Alright, I'll have to do my best here. It says, there's a story from the Pleiadians of a boy who was struck by lightning. Similar to your Earth, many of our worlds contain these forces which cause for electric bolts to breach from the sky to the Earth. In particular, in the story of Lightning Boy, who one day unexpectedly gets jolted by thunderous solar shock. The bright light that's coming. Sending pulsations through the veins in his body. The boy is temporarily pronounced dead as Pleiadian medical staff attempt to restore him back to vitality. But just as all hope is lost, this child, which we will refer to as Maka, is instantly brought back to life and now holds prophetic visions of what is to occur. He forewarns all those listening that a great cataclysm is heading to this very specific part of the land, and instructs for all the beings in the area to depart immediately. Reluctantly, the villagers follow, and soon after, a massive earthquake rips into the land, pulsating into the very area that Macaw forewarned to his community. The story of Lightning Boy is often foretold in our lands, for it wise to always to be open to wisdom and guidance, hitting you when you least expect it. Here was Macaw, a young kid who was pronounced dead, who was jolted back to life, to be the hero and save many, many lives through his experience. We share this story because your life has deep purpose. Sometimes the situation can look bleak and seem as there is no end in sight. But just like Macaw, being on death's door, one's fortunes can change in the blink of an eye, with life pulling you back to fulfill a much deeper purpose that you never deemed possible. The story of Macaw is a reminder to never give up on yourself, for though your perseverance, you will perform heroic acts that help many others down the road. An additional interpretation of this card is that now is not the time to give up. No matter the challenges for adversity you face, your Pleiadian family of light is requesting for you to go deep into your pools of faith, to know that your situation can change instantly. Keep moving, keep flowing. All will arise in time. So the whole reading was about that. It is time to reflect, and it is time to understand that fighting against this current and the signs that they're being shown to you, you're here to do great things. Wait for those downloads. Wait for that wisdom, because you got it on you, I promise. And the divine intervention here is what is affecting the whole thing. You have something prophetic to share with the world and to save many lives. Keep going. And don't let anything, if you have to pull back for a minute, pull back for a minute. The mother energy shall prevail here, because she just wants the best for everybody, even the ones who don't want the best for her. Alright? Well, those are your messages, my darlings. Please remember, press the like button, subscribe, and share, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.